Hello, welcome to the launch party. How are you? I hope you're having a fantastic week. The launch party has fast become one of your favourite shows that we bring you here on Crafters TV. My name's Joe Remblance, and in the next couple of hours we're going to be taking a look through a load of new products, some maybe even previewing some products you haven't seen before that will be coming up very shortly. There will be new deals as well, so it really is going to be a great couple of hours. Now, I'm not going to be here on my own. That would be pretty dull for you guys. My good friend and governor, Sara's here. How are you, Sara?
Oh, notice he doesn't say any more my favourite. Oh, he's been caught out with that one too many times. Yes, hello, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the show this morning, and how fantastic it's launch party. And last week we previewed the box. Well, today we have the box. Oh yes, I'm not going to spoil it because that's my first demonstration coming back up, but the love we got for those gorgeous little pop-up boxes has been off the chart. So I can't wait to demo it for you again, knowing now that you can buy it right here on Crafters TV. But that's just the first thing I'm going to be demoing. We have an amazing show lined up for you. Isn't that right, Joe?
Yeah, there is so much coming up, as there always is, right here on the launch party. We are going to bring you first, though, our out of this world deal. I try and do it as good as Leanne, but Leanne nails it every time. All right, thanks for the support, producer Laura. But yeah, no, rightly so. Leanne does nail it every time. Now, it's so great to have this as an out of this world deal because it's one of your favourites. It is, of course, our beautiful sparkle pens, and look at the kind of things you're able to create with these. They have got that beautiful shimmer. It's a water-based ink, so it's really fabulous for allowing you to move around and to paint with it. Now, let me just show you quickly what you're getting. So you're getting all three of the sparkle inks. So you are getting the clear overlay. Now this is the hero one for me because this means you can bling up anything. Paint it over anything you want and it gives you that sparkle and that shine. You're also going to get the perfect pastels in here and you're going to get the glitz and glamour also. So let me just quickly show you what those look like. So they're the colours that you're going to get. Let me bring it in a bit for you and just try and catch the... Oh, look at that. That is fabulous. £27, $35.50 if you're in the US to get hold of that. I'd love to know if you already own these because I know so many of you do and so many of you absolutely love them. Now, we also always bring you as well on a Tuesday an explorer's kit. So it's about you maybe exploring a new kind of craft for the first time. So maybe you have not coloured before, maybe you've used alcohol markers before, but never tried our Aqua Blend pencils. Then today could be the day because we've got a fantastic deal available for you. You're going to get the Aqua Blend pencils, you're going to get the primary. So these are great, really, really vibrant in here. Now they are a artist grade pencil that you're getting. You're also going to get two of our most popular rubber stamps. So you're going to get Cherry on Top, which is this one here, and also Butterfly Meadow as well. So you get both of those, and what you'll get is some really great premium quality watercolour paper in our Spectrum Noir pad there for you as well. So that is pretty much everything you need out of the box to get going on some fantastic techniques. Oh, I nearly ripped you off there, didn't I? Didn't tell you about the ink pad that you get. I nearly shortchanged you. It's a good job that I remembered. So you're going to get the Finesse waterproof ink pad as well included. So you've got everything that you need to get going with that. If you want even more inspiration, if you're thinking, oh, I'd like to go for that, but I want to, you know, maybe see a whole hour or 2 hours on it, you can go back to one of our previous shows. We did a Colour Me Happy 2 hours on this product, so go find that over on the website craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and that's the place where you also need to go as well if you want to shop along with us. Now, something that launched not long ago on HSN and also on Create and Craft here in the UK is our cut and emboss. I think the cut and emboss folders genuinely are magic because there were embossing folders and then there were dies, and then the two got together, shacked up, had a baby, and they ended up producing these because they are fantastic. They do everything in one pass. So you can see what you're getting here. It cuts out for you this beautiful sentiment. It'll also emboss for you at the same time. So you can see you've got home. You've also got congrats in here as well. Think about getting your inks involved. Think about your letterpress techniques. Think about maybe even getting your gilding waxes involved in here as well. You've also got love. There's thanks, friend, and finally birthday. So you get all of them. Now they are available individually, but the best way to get the best value, of course, is to go for them all as a bundle. £60, $65, which is a fantastic saving as well. You're saving over a quarter there on those, which is fantastic. Now, something we teased for you last week, and you guys were so excited about it, as was I as well, was this fantastic craft box. The Crafts Companion pop-up box craft kit. It just allows you to make something truly fabulous with a real minimal investment as well. It doesn't really matter if you only had, you know, some adhesive, then you're absolutely good to go. $24.99 whether you're in the UK or whether you are in the US. It is a recent launch. Well, it's a recent launch here in the UK because we haven't retailed it anywhere else in the UK. Crafters TV viewers are the first people to get their hands on this in the UK. If you already have this over in the US, I think if you don't have it already, it's going to be like in the coming days. I'd love for you to drop into the comments over on Crafters TV on Facebook and let us know how you're getting on and how exciting some of the things are that you've made. Right, I'm going to hand you over to Sara, and she's going to guide us through this fabulous box.
Yes, if you've never seen the pop-up boxes before, in fact, if you're thinking, what is a pop-up box? Have a little look at this, okay? Because it's a real mantelpiece pleaser. So it's going to sit quite nice on the top on its own. It's very, very dimensional. But the best thing about them is they fold flat to go into an envelope. So it's like a little mini card going into an envelope, and then when it opens up, it makes into this wonderful little 3D pop-up box. Now, you're going to be able to make them, whether you have it with the little characters in, you could be doing them with like little stars and all the patterns in. What about for the guys in your life who are into sport? Guys or girls can be into sports as well, could be anybody.
I'm not into sports, it's fair to say.
Well, do you know what? I was president of the ladies cricket team when I was at university. I will have you know. Might have just wasn't that good at cricket, but was on the team anyway.
Can you believe that I was in the first team for rugby when I was in secondary school? And as a kid, I boxed as well, and I had some semi-competitive fights.
Well, there's no boxing gloves in here, but we've got the rugby balls in here. Or American football they could be. So basically, you can do these little cutesy pop-up boxes for however you want. So there we go. Nice and flat to go in the envelope, and then it opens up. Now, those of you watching in the US, you will be familiar with this because this is our latest subscription box. Those of you in the programme are getting this coming to you already. If you're watching in the UK, you just need to get this right now. If you're not already in the subscription box programme, this is what you need. Should I show you exactly what comes included? So, you open the box. We've got all of our instructions. We get a nice little thank you in here. And then as we open this up, let's have a look at all the things you're going to get. Now, I'm going to hide them behind first and show you this, right? This is essentially the core bit. So there's enough here to make 18 of these pop-up boxes, but if you keep one of these, you could draw around it and make your own template with it. Then you could make hundreds of them afterwards. So you've got half of them are, can you see, are coming in like the plain cardstock. And then half of them are coming with this lovely fancy ruffled edge on. So the difference is, here is your ones with your fancy ruffled edge on them, all right? Or here are your ones with the flat edge. Whichever, but you get both of them, okay? So that is the kind of starter core bit. You need these, and then also these little bits here, which are what give you the bit that goes inside to put the cross bits on, right? So that's the second bit. Then, let's go next. These here. So you've got these little strips of acetate. So when you saw all these bits floating about on the top, that's because they're on the little strips of acetate. So you get those strips of acetate included. But again, something you could easily replicate if you want to make this over and over. Now, what's going on your little strips of acetate? Look at this. We get a huge set of stamps all in miniature. So if I put this behind so you can kind of see it from the white. Oh, it doesn't help with that. Let's get an actual sheet of white card so you can have a good look. But there we go. So you can see we've got the little girl and the little boy fairy. Here's all your sports stuff down here. Your little birdhouse thing, little animals and that. Loads of different options. But then everything you have here as a stamp, you then have the matching die to die cut around it. Now, just to put this into perspective, folks, okay? You couldn't buy the stamps and dies in this set for the price of the box. Just take the rest as a bit of a bonus. You couldn't buy just the stamps and dies to do this and then for the price that you're paying for the whole box. So it just shows you there what else you're getting. Then you are going to have all of the lovely little gems, matching gems and ribbons in the same colour, so it's just going to decorate beautifully. Then we have loads of patterned papers, so nice, bright, happy patterned papers that you can decorate the rest of your box with. And then we even get a pad of coloured cardstock as well, so you can see there all of your regular card colours to match in with your printed ones. So there is an awful lot in this kit, just to give you an idea. And don't forget, you get those instructions as well. Now, if I pop that to one side, should I show you how you put these together? Because they're actually a lot easier than I think you will be expecting them to be, okay? So here we go. This is the actual box. This is one of the boxes out of our box. Oh, don't see them yet. I'm jumping ahead there. Can you see all of the little score lines are in here? So what you're going to do is we're just going to put these on and give them, I've got my bone folder here. I'm just going to give them a little score and a nice crease. Now we've made these out of the really nice coloured cardstock that isn't going to crack when you give it that crease. That's my flat bit. These three here have the fold line in them. There's a little bit of acetate. So there is our box ready to be assembled together, okay? Then we take just a tape pen here, and I'm going to put tape on this little flap down in the bottom corner. So you put tape on the flap, we put this on here, and then when that all folds over, that is what gives us the shape of the box. Can we see that there? So you have the flat piece at the back, and then the three flaps coming down. Here we go. This is the clever thing. Can you see? These are going to go inside to connect your pieces onto. So all we do is we fold these two side pieces, fold them in, and then we're going to position these, if I show you, inside up against the sides of your box. There's not an exact science as to where you position them, but let me show you how I like to do this. So put my tape on, and the tape pen tape is absolutely adequate for sticking these together. Give them that little fold before you put the tape pen though. To be honest, the tape pen's pretty much the only thing you need other than what comes in the box. And then when we fold these, you see, I don't know if it's easy for you to see from the overhead or from up close. I'll do you a bit of a mix of both, right? You put this in here, and we put that on there, and then the first side I'm giving a good press down. Then I'm going to fold it flat and stick that second side in with the flat bit of the fold, so that when it comes back, so I've given that a good stick there now, so when it comes back you can see there to put my first piece in. I'll do the second one from that overhead camera for you. So you put the little piece in, give it a good stick down at this side, good rub there, all right? We're going to lie this, not stick this in though, put it flat. That gives you time to get this nice and straight. There we go. So this is how we're going to have it folding nice and flat to go in the envelope. And then when it folds up, you can stick both sides, and we've got that, come on, don't you stick together, and we've got that whole box ready to decorate. So that was actually the difficult bit. And how easy was that? If you've nailed that, you can do every one of these boxes.
I think getting great, maybe, Sarah, to do with the children, if you wanted to do this with the
Absolutely.
children. I bet your
Do you
boys
know
would
how-
love this.
I think, do you know what? I've got two boys, Joe, and I think my boys would love it as well as little girls, especially because we've got the sports stuff in there, all right? So, you've got all the stamps. All I'm going to do is take let's have just a nice little locker block. Here we go, 'cause the stamps are all
Also, this
just-
might be a great one to send to someone else as well, sorry. You know, if you know someone that has got loads of time on their hand, let's face it, like so many of us have, we can send this to anyone. If you want to pay for it, I will send you the bill and we'll send them the product. Absolutely, we could do that. All they're going to need is, what, a tape pen and... do you get the acetate? Would they need some acetate as well? Is that
acetate comes
Acetate's in?
Acetate comes in. We've
just some
included
scissors then, is that it?
Some scissors, yeah.
Perfect.
Scissors and a tape pen would be up, and then you've got everything sorted.
Well, order them a tape pen as well at the same time. Whilst they're on our
thinking.
website. We've got tape pens in this show for you as well. So order those. They are, you can get two of them for £6.50 or $10. So grab those and as well send them that as well. Maybe they'll send you a box back. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be lovely. Right, I'm just inking up my stamps, and then all I'm going to do is stamp from heel to toe, and we get our lovely little stamped images. Now, to save a little bit of time, as you got a bit of a preview earlier, you're going to stamp out whatever images you want from this whole collection. There's loads. Look, Snail, the little girl, the toadstools, here's all your sports stuff. We've got here, so proud of you, have a magical day, sending so much love, little well done ticket. Bird houses are lovely. Stamp out whatever you want. Then you're going to get your dies over top of them. And your dies, you will see, will just line up absolutely perfectly. So if I take this die set out, you know what's going to work brilliantly well with these, Joe? If you have the mini. If you have the Gemini Mini, if you managed to get that last week, when we had the Gemini Mini featured, to be honest, it's always on our website, but I know loads of you will have picked it up last week when we had it featured on our Cartload show. Oh, that's not the right one. That must be the little boy.
These would be great for graduations as well, wouldn't they, Sarah?
Oh yes. Do you know there's a lot of people obviously graduating at the moment and not getting to come and people aren't getting to go to the graduations. So let's have a look. Let's see if I can find.
Maybe
as much
cheer them up
everyone-
instead. But also, I mean, you get, people, we make a lot of cards, send a lot of cards. This is something a bit different, isn't it? A bit fun, a bit exciting as well. So it
It's
is
like
a great
another
way.
level card, Joe. I think that's the way to
Absolutely.
describe it. Yeah, another level card. So I'm going to stick this down. Each one of these, one at a time, I'm just going to lay it over. I'm being incredibly lazy and just popping that straight into the mini without even sticking it down.
You haven't stuck it down?
Haven't even stuck it down. No, just going to hope for the best and hope that it all lines up perfectly. And it has absolutely all lined up perfectly. How cute's she? So you're just going to do a few of her. You're going to do a few of her, cut all the other bits out. Keep all your dies organised. So when you're not using them, put them back on around here so you can keep all your dies nice and organised. Same with the stamps. When you're not using them, put them all back on your acrylic sheet and you can stay nice and organised with all of these pieces.
And you're going to use these stamps and dies for many, many other things. Of course, you're going to get them and you're going to use them with your boxes to begin with, but you're going to find loads of different uses for these, aren't you?
Do you know, some of these are small enough. I think you could use them in shaker cards, actually,
Great
Joe.
idea.
I think they'd be brilliant. Now, colour them in. Here's mine coloured in. So I've done the little girls, the little boys. I've done some toadstools and I've got my little butterflies. And do you know what? I've had a really lovely time sitting colouring these in because they were small. They're quite forgiving if you don't have them perfect. It really doesn't matter. So I've got loads of little sizes of all of these, and some of them I'm going to use on the front of the box, and some of them I'm going to use inside the box. So if we pop them to one side and bring in the actual box, let me show you. If I just use the cardstock that we have in the kit. So it's nice, bright, happy cardstock, and most importantly, Joe, it matches all of the designs that we have on the papers. So the papers match the designs in the stamps and dies, and it just finishes everything else really nice.
What would these be great to colour in with? I mean, we've got, haven't we? Well, we've got lots of stuff on the show. You could be doing it maybe with sparklings. We've got those. I bet the clear sparkle overlay would work really well with these. And there's also the aqua blends as well. So loads of things. Just in this show, you could colour them in with.
There's all sorts. I mean, I would say these ones here I've coloured with the tri-blend pens.
Okay.
Because I like doing a little bit of blending with them. But if you cut them onto a watercolour card, they'd be brilliant for your water, like you say, with the watercolour pens that we're going to have on. There really is, well, there's no limit. The stamp designs are so cute, you can do them however you want. Now, can you see what I'm doing there, Joe? I'm just taking those little bits of acetate, popping a little bit of tape on the edge, and then putting my little characters on here so that all these little characters then come on the pieces of acetate. So if you wanted to stock up on some extra acetate, then you can keep making these over and over again, or you do get enough in the pack for you to use to do all of the boxes. We've basically planned you enough for you to do 18 boxes as a starting point in the kit. So think about it. It's working out at like under 150
Could you
per box.
make these and sell them if you wanted to, Sara?
Yes. And what do you reckon you could charge for one of these?
Or I'd say at least £4, $6.
Oh, I think I would say $4.99 upwards easily. Yeah, like you said, Joe, because they're advanced and they're just something a little bit different. Right, I put her on the back. I pop myself a little bit of a butterfly on there. Pop another butterfly on the... Yeah, I'll pop her on here. Right, so we've got loads of them on little bits of acetate. Not all of them, but loads of them on bits of acetate now. And then watch what you do is take the birdhouse, little bit of tape on the bottom of the birdhouse, and that's going to go on this part here. So can you see? As I'm just putting that, I'm just kind of positioning it, but having it coming out of the box a little bit. So let's do the same with one of our little fairies. I'm going to take him and I'm just going to position him. He can go right up on the next side. Because of course, when they fold flat, they've got to fold flat and go in your envelope. So it's up to you. If you wanted that to be straight in the envelope, just position it along a little bit so that you get that straight. But I'm going to put some on the back one and then some on the front one as well, Joe.
Fantastic. Now remember, if you want to grab hold of this, very, very easy to do so. You can always watch and shop at the same time over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. If you ever want to send us any pictures of anything you've been up to as well, we love to sort of periodically share with you a load of pictures. You can do that by emailing studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. If any of you have been lucky enough to receive these yet in the US, I'd love you to send us in your pictures. If not, as soon as you do, definitely send us some pictures. Either send them to us here or share them with us as well over on our Facebook page, Crafters Companion Crafters TV over on Facebook. Also, if you are, down with the kids and you're using Instagram, then you could tag us in your Instagram stories at Crafters Comp TV on Instagram, and then we'll share them as well.
Do you know what? I think them kids that you're talking about call it the gram.
The gram.
The gram. I've heard them saying
For
it
the
before.
gram.
Get on the gram. Get on the gram. Share your pictures with us. That would be lovely. Let's have a look. I think we can have one more butterfly. Oh, I might stick that up at the back. Yep, one more butterfly up at the back. This is coming together really nicely, isn't it? And look how easy it was. And then also, you see, a couple of these little bits can go on the front. I'm literally just sticking them wherever I fancy as we're going.
Maybe a great way to get back into your stash and dig out any pattern papers, any of our paper pads that you've loved, and maybe think about using those. I know you get patterned papers included, but nothing to stop you using the ones that you've already got, especially maybe then, Sara, as well, if you wanted to tie the box in with a card using the pattern papers as well, so you had something a little bit corresponding, might be another way to use it.
Brilliant idea. What a brilliant idea, Joe. Look how good that looks.
I love it.
It's like an explosion. It's like an explosion, a little fairy garden explosion all in one. There it is. And remember, that is just one. You could be doing it with the little fairy garden. You could be doing it just with the lovely florals that we have as well. Some nice little florals in there. You could be doing the sport one. I love the idea of the sport one as well. That's really super cute.
You could do me a Eurovision one and put all the country flags on it, just print them off. Why not?
Now we've got the idea, Joe. We could be making you anything you want. But hopefully that's whet your appetite. I can tell you now, we were expecting this to be one of the most popular, if not the most popular item in the show. It is wonderful to be able to have it and in the UK see it first here on Crafters TV. So like Joe said, if you've already received yours in your subscription, send us some pictures of what you've been doing. But if not, why not make the most of it? Get this now while we've got it at exceptional value, and you could be making these little box cards too.
Yes, absolutely do. Really, really easy to grab hold of this. £24.99 if you're in the UK. Exactly the same price, incidentally, if you are in the US. So this is the first place you've seen it here in the UK as well, launching it exclusively in the UK to our Crafters TV viewers, which is always really lovely. I can't wait for you to share all the pictures that you're going to of those. Now, Aqua Blend. Now look, you know a colouring medium is easy when I tell you, even I've used it and got pretty decent results. So I think pretty much anyone could use this. This is another one. I know as well I've talked about giving and gifting a lot recently, but I think it is a time at the moment where lots of people are doing lots of things for us that are really nice and kind, so it's lovely to give something back. And I think actually, because we all do have a bit more time on our hands at the moment, I think it's easy to be thoughtful, isn't it, and think of others. So this could actually be another great gift for someone, because it is that introduction to a type of crafting. You've got everything in here that you need to try something new. So I'll just start with firstly the pencils that you get. Now, Sara will tell us in detail exactly why, but these are an artist grade pencil. These are incredible, incredible quality. You've got 24 of them. I'll just run you through the colours you've got. You've got red berry, ruby grapefruit, carmine claret, currant citrus yellow, banana. You've also got sunshine dandelion, mango chrome, parakeet, bright green, bottle green, verdant green, spinach, pine green, Asian blue, regal blue, sapphire, deep blue, opal blue, and indigo. You get all of those. Now these will work in other colour families, I'm sure, as well, with your other Spectrum Noir products too. So you've got those included. Now the price just on the pencils alone, to give you an idea, is £29.99. Check out the price, £35 in the UK. So for an extra £5, you're going to get all this other stuff I'm going to share with you. So you're going to get the Spectrum Noir watercolour pad. Now this is 20 sheets that you're getting in here. I think having it in a pad is fantastic as well, because it means it doesn't get dog-eared, keeps it all nice and neat. You've got a nice hard backing on there as well. So also it's really fantastic if you want to work on it. It's really great for you, allowing you to do that. So you've got that. You've also got the Pebble, and this is the Finesse waterproof dye ink pad. Now this is perfect for using in conjunction with your watercolour techniques. You could also as well bring in that Out of This World deal using this as well, because that is also a water-based ink in your sparkle pens, just so you know. You've then also got as well two of our favourite rubber stamp sets, and these are big. These are much bigger than on the front of the packaging. I'll just show you. When you spin these round, they are much bigger, as you can see. So you've got this one here, which is cherry on top, lovely floral elements there, and also you've got that cupcake, looks delicious. And then you've also got as well Butterfly Meadow, which is one of our most popular rubber stamp sets. £35 for this one if you're in the UK, $49 if you're in the US. But this really is, you're looking for something to get in something that you want it to be a little bit maybe mindful, you want to lose yourself, spending an afternoon doing something fun. This is something that's going to allow you to do that. And colouring, Sara, is so, well, it always has been, but at the moment it just seems like it is even more so than usual, doesn't it?
You know what I think it is, Joe? I think it's that bit of escapism, and it's something that anyone can pick up. So with a lot of other crafts, we don't know that we can do them until we try. However, colouring in, we all did that when we were a kid. Everyone's had a go at that. So you all feel confident enough to pick it up and start with it, but it's about having the right colouring tools. Now, if this is you are just getting started and you want something you can pick up and have a go with, that's why we've put this together, because this kit is using the Aqua Blend pencils, and if you're going to start with anything, this is where you should start. It's the easiest place for you to start. Now, in that starter kit, what we've done is we've given you the watercolour paper pad, so it's really great quality. You are getting 20 sheets of this really nice finish, easy for you to work with. You get the actual Aqua Blend pencils themselves. So can you see, these are all of the colours that you're getting in this family. I've given you the primaries in this set because these will mix together to make new shades, which I'll show you. So basically, as long as you've got all the colours of the rainbow, you can make any colour you want. And then, of course, you need the right ink, as Joe said, really the key to everything. And we specifically haven't put the black in because I know a lot of people have the black one. So the Pebble, it's still a very, very dark colour, a lot darker than it looks here. It's just a little less harsh than black. And the stamps, I've hand chosen 2 sets of stamps from our collection which work brilliantly well with these Aqua Blend pencils for you to start with. So if I show you, for a lot of you, getting stamps like this might be completely new. So you might be thinking, oh, my life, well, this is not how I'm used to getting stamps. I'm used to the clear acrylic ones. This is just a piece of rubber. Well, the rubber stamps actually give you a much clearer, crisper image than what an acrylic one will. So they're brilliant if you're doing any more kind of artistic, artsy techniques. These are going to be perfect for that. But you have to do a little bit of work, so you're going to have to cut them all out. So I'm just using a nice pair of sharp scissors, but then cutting around this. I'm going to use this lovely floral, and I'm cutting around quite near to the edge. So can you see right in close there? Not stupidly close, because I'm still going pretty fast as well. But the closer to the edge you get, the less likely you are to have any what's called overstamping. So where you have like a bit of a shadow from a bit of the rubber that you didn't mean to stamp with. This just becomes rubbish.
These onto blocks if you wanted to. I know, like, traditionally they would come on a block.
Yeah.
Is there anything to stop you, like, permanently sticking them on a block if that's what you prefer doing?
If you want to put them permanently on a block, you are more than welcome. However,
Fabulous.
The way I do it is I put a little bit of spray on the back. So like here we've got the stick and spray. So I'm putting my stick and spray on the back, which is a repositionable adhesive. The other option is, I tell you what works an absolute treat. I use a lot, sometimes like a glue stick, you know, like just a glue stick, to put a little bit of glue on the back, and then you can put them onto a block for the purposes of stamping with them, but then you just peel this off and put the next one on when you want to switch them out. So if I open my pad up, you don't have to work straight. I'm going to work straight onto the pad to show you though, or you could just tear one sheet out at a time. Brilliant quality watercolour card this as well we use. You take your ink to the stamp, and lots of little light taps gets you plenty of ink all over with that. Once you've got it, the trick with rocker blocks, I'll let you have a little look from the side, because can you see they've got like a curved edge on the side. So what we do is we start on one side and we rock from heel to toe. And you don't need to do a backwards, don't go backwards and forwards anyway, just one. And you don't need to put a lot of pressure, you just rock once, heel to toe. Now if I turn this right over, I don't know if you might be able to get any closer on this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick some colours out. So let's have a nice currant here and a little bit of this grapefruit. And should we mix a little bit of yellow into these? Why not?
Sounds delicious.
Now what you do is you just put, we're just going to put the currant, the darkest one, in here like this. So you're just nice and gentle, don't have to press hard, and we're just putting a little bit of kind of depth because we're going to drag the colour right out. So the same round here, we just put that currant in all the way up the base. And then as well as the currant, I'm going to mix the currant into a little bit, what do we call this one? This is grapefruit. So we're going to mix the currant into grapefruit so that you've got that secondary colour.
So you're not colouring in the whole space then, Sarah? That's fine.
No, I'm actually colouring in a little bit more here than what I'd planned to. It's absolutely fine just to put basically just a little bit of a hint and a bit of a flavour of what you're doing here.
A hint of a tint.
A hint of a tint. That's exactly what we're doing, Joy. A hint of a tint. I'll just do the main flower. Look, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's go and get plenty into the other one. So can you see there? We've got plenty of this. And I did a really nice speeded up tutorial of this colouring on my Instagram a few weeks ago. So it was just, I was sat and it was so relaxing, just colouring with the Aquablend pencils. And then you'll see the kind of the magic comes next.
And if you want a whole 2-hour presentation on Aquablend pencils, we actually brought it to you as a masterclass, didn't we? So you'd be able to go back and watch that back over on Crafters TV. I'd say it's probably about 3 or 4 weeks back now, something like that.
Yep. And you know what? It was one of our most popular masterclasses we'd ever done. Now, can you see, there's that pen, there's that all coloured. All we do is we come and take, so I've just got some water here, I'll put it over here, Joe, so it's not underneath you. Little bit of water, and then all we do is, it just, as soon as you add the water to this, it breaks down all of the colourant, and it blends those colours together, and you see it literally happen right in front of your eyes. So because I've just merged one colour into the next one, we're literally blending down from one shade into the next. Look how incredibly super simple that was. Really simple. Do you know what I'll do? I'll see if we can show you all of the, you know that I said it was on my Instagram. Should we get that loaded up and show you it, Joe? Yeah. So now you've seen me do it. Have a little look. Here's the one of me. Right. So here's it. This is me when we kind of speed it all up. So this was one of our printouts. Have a little look at this. This was one of the printouts that I had from one of the, you know, we do a download every Friday, and you can see I've just coloured exactly like I've just shown you. Colour one shade. It's very similar to this stamp, and then as soon as you add the water, you start and see the magic just come to life. And it just happens in front of your eyes really quickly and easily. You know what I said about this being really simple in terms of a colouring medium? Anyone can colour in. They're just a coloured pencil. It's nothing at all scary. Different shades, different colours, one colour, next one. As soon as you bring the water in, it literally blends it all together. Anyone can do this, Joe. It just shows how simple and easy it is to do. Now, what I'm doing there is taking an extra little bit from the pencil and just blending it straight on if you want to add a bit of depth. I will show you that next if we want to add a little bit more kind of depth of colour. So I've done exactly the same technique here with the stamp as what you've just watched me do there. If we want to go a little bit darker in here, let's bring in a darker shade. Let's re-wet the end of that paintbrush. And then pick up directly. So can you see we've got this on the end of the paintbrush now. Pick it up directly and we can add a little bit more depth of colour into anywhere where we want shading and shadow. Doesn't that just give it another little lift? So now what we're doing is we're becoming a watercolour. We're becoming a watercolour specialist.
Can you go back with a pencil after you've added the water, Sarah?
Right, I would definitely not recommend that.
Okay.
So if it's completely dry, so whereas this is wet now, if you try and go and put the pencil in, all that's going to happen is it's going to, you're going to get some like grainy bits on your cardstock. Whereas if you take it from the edge here to the, can you see? So you take it from the pencil to there, it's really just blending it out nice.
How about
and
putting your pencil in the water, wetting your
pencil?
No,
Another big no. Do you know? I don't know if you're just you're asking the questions that everyone else is asking, or whether you've just become a bit expert, Joe.
I think I'm just I'm just causing trouble. That's all, just being a bit devil's advocate.
Yes, but do you know, you're asking all the stuff that I should have been telling everyone. So this is brilliant, actually, just to show what you do. Yeah, don't take your pencil into the water, because for one, you don't want to damage your pencil. Also, all of these pencils have a thicker core in them. So we put basically more core, less pencil. Are you with this? Less wood. What more core, less wood? More of the stuff that you really, really want. Now, should I show you another technique on here? So this is, if you want to colour those leaves, watch what we could do. Say you had, we've got loads of shades of green in this set, but say you didn't. If we just shade that green down there, and if I just take a little bit of water, that is the colour of green. Now, what happens if we want a slightly darker shade of green? What we do is we'll pop that green down, and then over top of the green, we'll colour a little bit of the darker shade. So that now when we blend this together, we get a different, darker shade of green. And we can pick up this darker shade of green and colour our leaves directly from the little palette we've created for ourselves.
Could you make wait for it, Steps fans, a deeper shade of blue?
A deeper shade of blue? Joe, if you want a deeper shade of blue, I will absolutely make you a deeper shade of blue when there's nothing you can do. I'm trying to remember the rest of the words.
You're so far away.
Oh!
You're so far away over there.
You are. Do you know what? I was about to start singing it there in my head, and I realised I can't sing it in my head without coming out loud and singing it to everybody else.
With our colour blend pencils, pencils work beautifully alongside our alcohol markers.
Yes.
Would you use aqua blend pencils alongside aqua markers, or is it not the same situation?
When you use colour blend pencils along with your colour blend markers, if you watch Leanne's show on Friday, you will all be colour blend pencil experts now, and you'll realise that what they do is they enhance the colouring on your pen, so they deepen the shade, yes. Right? It wouldn't do the same if you use the pencils over top of the pens. It wouldn't deepen the shade here because they're both the same medium. Whereas with the others, it's basically you've got a colour blend pencil, which is a wax pencil going onto an alcohol-based pen. So you've got two different mediums that are going to accentuate each other. Whereas actually what you're doing here is you've got a watercolour pencil and you would have a watercolour pen. So they would play nicely together if you wanted to do some techniques with them. Isn't that nice? And then let me show you another little technique, because as we're going technique central, what I could do is put a little bit of blue along here, and then if we want to ground this flower, give it a bit of purpose and a bit of meaning, somewhere to sit, all we would do is literally go around the outside here. Oh, I've got that a little bit too wet, so we'll just pick it back up. Can you see? Not quite as wet now. Picking up that blue and just giving it a bit more shading. So I can either pick it up from there, or I can go straight from the edge of the pencil. That's a little bit light maybe for you to see on the camera. I'll pick up a slightly deeper one, and we can pick up that blue and just go around the outside of the flower, and it just gives the flower a little bit more. It's like, can you see, it's on a canvas then. So it looks, these are all those little techniques that the artists do to make it look more professional. That's what we like to teach you here on Crafters TV. So even if you're not an artist and you're just a crafter, but you want to get the artistic look, this is how you would go about doing it, Joe.
Oh, fantastic. And these are really simple and easy to use because I've used them, so I would know that they are very, very simple. Remember everything that you're getting included in this collection as well. Now, the pencils themselves, because they are artist grade watercolour pencils, these should be $29.99 on their own. So that price of £35 is amazing considering everything you're getting included with this, or $49 if you are in the US. Now, remember what you're getting in here. So as well as getting your pencils, you're also getting your pad as well for you to... Sarah's not stopped over there. She's going to carry on. I'm going to have to drag her away.
You know what happens, Joe? You just completely lose me. It's looking pretty good here as well now.
It's looking beautiful. So you get that. You then get as well the ink pad, the Finesse, the Pebble ink pad that you need. You're then going to get also, remember, the 2 rubber stamp sets. So you're going to get cherry on top, you've got that cupcake and that flower, and you've also got the butterfly as well, and you're going to get the butterfly meadow too. So you can get all of that for £35 or $49, which is fantastic. So definitely get that your order placed. Remember, it's really easy to watch and shop at the same time. So do grab that whilst we have it.
Right, I just want to show, now you've seen me do that and you've seen me colour that lovely watercolour, I just want to show you a few of the other, there's a couple of nice little samples so that you can see exactly how this is going to look. If you're wanting to go really simple, oh, you can see it over there, but I think it's nicer to see it there. Nice and simple, here's that lovely watercolour effect I've been showing you with just a couple of simple flowers. Now, if you are doing the watercolour, it looks brilliant if you're using like scenic backgrounds, really spectacular, or... You know, I love a good butterfly, you know. And there's that blue technique I was showing you just around the outside and shading that. It's from one of my signature collections, that blue. It's lovely, isn't it? And it just shows you that nice kind of watercolory look. But remember what I said, if you are looking to get into colouring, these are the entry-level product. This is where you start, because you could just do colouring in with your coloured pencils, or you can add that water and just blend it all together and give it that lovely finish. But what you've got to remember is it's very, very simple, but make sure you use the right paper, the right ink pads, and then, of course, we've given you them in the kit along with the stamps and the pencils. We've thought of everything. Really, everything.
Yeah, everything is in there. All you need to do is grab hold of it. If you are watching us over on Facebook, you're thinking, hang on, I'd love to be able to watch and shop at the same time. If only there was a way. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. No idea who that guy is. There are all the details, of course, of how you can watch and shop at the same time. Very, very busy for everything you've seen in the show so far. Now, I want to just quickly share with you these. I think our embossing folders are quite unbelievable. Anyway, because of the amount of emboss, because that depth of emboss that you get on them. What we've done here, though, is taking it to the next level, because what we're also doing is giving you an embossing folder that cuts too. Now, these are really important because we could bring you, you know, there are companies out there that would be a bit, you know, a bit more, not savvy, a bit, let's say, shady about it. So they'd sell you an embossing folder and then maybe sell you a die cut or a die that cuts out the detail in the embossing folder. But we want you to have the most amount of craftability. We want you to have the best value. So what we've done is created embossing folders that cut at the same time. So they are a one-pass wonder. You pop them through your machine and you've got pretty much all you need to create a fabulous card done and ready to go. Now, the best way to get the best value is to get the whole collection on this. You can get 2 for $20 or for $23 if you wish. Now, these are these are what's included in the bundle. You've got home. You've also got that one there as well. Congratulations. There's love. And as well as, of course, cutting out, don't forget the waste that you get as well. This is fantastic because what this does is now allow you to use that for something completely different. So you're going to get a positive and a negative from each one of these that you pass through your machine. You've got thanks in there as well. Really popular, anything with that thanks sentiment on it at the moment, because a lot of us, you know, saying thanks for things that people are doing, maybe thanks to our key workers. There's loads of things to be thankful for at the moment. Friends or friend, you've got there, and also you've got birthday as well. So all of them, birthday of course will always be very, very popular. As I said, you can just go for a couple of those if you want to just maybe get a couple. There's a couple that you don't have an awful lot of that you want to grab, then of course you can do that as well. Now, I'm going to hand you back to Sara, who's going to take us through how they work. Don't forget as well, any questions that you've got, you can pop them in the comments over on Crafters TV Facebook page. Tag us on Instagram, send us your pictures, reach out to us however you want to. We do love it when you get in contact with us. I tell you what else I'd love you to do. I'm really looking for, I'm on the prowl at the moment for some more craft ambassadors. I really want some more craft ambassadors. So send me a picture of something you've made if you'd like to be a craft ambassador. ccambassadors@crafterscompanion.co.uk. So send me a picture there and also, you know, pop a little bit of details in about yourself. And what I'll be doing is giving you a video call and we can have a bit of a chat. I'll get you onto our Monday Makers show. I will also, not even a maybe, we'll send you out one of our crafters mugs, our craft ambassador mugs as well, because it is coveted. I don't have one. None of our crafts, even Sara hasn't got a craft ambassador's mug. So ccambassadors@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and then I will get all of those and then we'll have a little chat with you. Now, lots of you have been sending us lots of photos about our colour blend pencils that we spoke about a minute ago. Loads of you have been sending us photos. This little lad looks like he's having a lovely time colouring away there. And again, some really beautiful projects here as well. You can see, look at that beautiful blend that's been created there with those. They are just gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. As I said, anytime you want to send us any of your pictures, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is how you get those into us. Now, remember, details on your screen for the complete bundle. Best way to get a best value. Can go for a couple of these at a time if you want to. Do you fancy guiding us through these, Sara?
Yeah, how about I show you a few of the samples, Joe, and then if you throw me your embossing folders over, I'll actually do a demo with them, right? So, just to show you, this is what Joe's talking about. So, can you see, you've got the actual design, but then oh yes, you caught that glimmer of what's behind there. You've got that lovely thanks coming in behind. So, it works brilliantly well. This has got your Centura Pearl behind. How amazing does it look when you've got it? Look at this, with the glitter card behind. Looks fantastic with the glitter card. Or, oh, we could do something like this. Can you see? So this is a nice inky, messy background, but then we cut out the birthday, and then this time, what's behind that one there? Oh, it looks like a special effects card. It's quite nice. Oh, now, I was just thinking it would make a good shaker card. Here we've got one with the shaker pieces in. I can show you all of this, by the way. We also have in here the congrats. So there is the congrats. That is a lovely, lovely big design. Love is one of my favourite, no pun intended. Lovely big design. We love this one. So can you see, this is just, it cuts out the L, the V and the E, but it leaves you the O in. The love, it's the same as when you do the home. Can you see the home here? Again, now, I just think this is the perfect little logo for kind of what's going on at the moment. So if it's stay home, stay safe, or you're home but we're thinking of you, that embossing folder is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. And obviously you also get that Snow White included. So let's have a look. I've got stuff everywhere. I'll just get my extra set of samples. Here we go. I've got the extra set of samples here. And I'm going to show you, which one should we do? Let's go nice and easy first of all, just to show you how these work, okay? So here is the friend. Now, that friend, these are all the dies in here. So it's going to cut this out that's going to stay connected. So let's have a look at what I've got nice cardstock wise. Oh, I've got some lovely, yes, this is going to do the job nicely. Some nice, this is your, oh, what you call it? It's like your matte finish. And because the embossing folders are 5x7, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in and we're going to cut it to just slightly, oh, should we just do it as a folded card? Keep it simple. Right, so if I put this in as 5, but we're going to score it instead. So that goes onto there and we'll score it. Where's my scoring tool? Here we go. We're going to score it at the 5-inch mark. My little scoring tool's missing, but this one will work in exactly the same way. Let's have a think. This is my embossing folder. So I'm going to go over the side. Yes, that's going to work perfectly. So we've got 5 there. Fold that in half and just give that a nice crease over here. And we're going to go 5 inches for the cut off. You might need to trim a little bit more off when you get to it, just see what you think. And then 5x7 this way. So that's just going to be nice size there. Make sure we've got the right size. Yeah, that looks about the same size. Maybe we'll have a fly's eyelash off here, as our Leanne would say. Just get this all nice. Or a horse's nostril, as Joe would say. We come out with some funny sayings. I don't know how you guys keep up with us. I don't know how we keep up with ourselves, to be honest. Right, so what happens is when you've cut yourself a nice tent card to the same size as the embossing folder then sits over the front of the card. Can you see that? So it's going to cut us out the words friend. Now, I have rather cleverly, if you have a look, made this beautiful display of cards at the side of my table here, where I would usually have my Gemini. So what I'll do is I was thinking, oh, I don't know why I don't do this more often. Now I've remembered why. So look, I'll get my Gemini up. Look, it's had a baby. My Gemini's had a little baby. I've decided the little mini will just stick nicely on top of it, and then I know where that is as well. So there's my Gemini. I'm going to get the small plates out because these dies will work beautifully well in the small ones. And you've got to remember, they are regular embossing folders. They just happen to have the dies built into them, which means we're going to take our 2 plates. We're going to sandwich this in between. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a bit of extra welly. I'm going to put the metal plate in. Now, if it's too thick, it's just going to return it. Don't panic. And if you do want a little bit of a tip watch, I always just tilt this ever so slightly so that what happens is we don't get too much of a clunk when it goes through. So we'll send that through the Gemini. And I'm showing you this because they will fit in the large Gemini or the Gemini Junior. They'll go in both machines in exactly the same way. So there was a little clunk. Not a big clunk. That's why we do that. And then when we lift this, so we lift this off, and what you'll find is, there we go. It's done all of the die cutting. It's left those, and you can keep these words, by the way. So here we go. We've got a friend. I'll get all of these little letters. They would use nice on another card if you want. So can you see? The R comes in three little pieces, but it looks really nice. Hang on, here we go. Friend. We could keep the END separately. And then you could put, oh, where's my eye gone? Here it is. We were going to have Fred. Oh, you could have Fred. We were going to have Fred.
I love anything fried.
Oh, we could have fun with these, couldn't we, Joe? Between us, what we've got the letters for thanks as well, and the letters for love and friend and birthday. We've got quite a lot. So that's a Brucey bonus. But you see, Fred, look at this, right? How great is that? So you've got friend just in there.
You could actually make I love fried food. I've worked it out.
Have you?
You've got all the letters you need.
Oh, Joe. Well, these just went from being a nice to have to an absolute must have, didn't they? Right? Now, I'm using here's a bit of our construction acetate. You probably can't see it because it's acetate, but I'm going to just cut a piece of the construction acetate and pop it inside the card. So you go into there. Do you know what? It's always just a little bit big to go in my... here you go. You go down there and then you'll fit in now. So it's going 5x7. So we'll go 7. And then this way we're going to 5. And this should just be a nice size to go under the front. Yeah, slightly on the big side, but we'll just trim that off. I'm going to use the all-purpose glue. To be honest, tacky would work really well as well. But this is, if you wanted to do a shaker card, Joe, this would be brilliant because you're just going to put the acetate in, and then you could put anything else in really.
What
and
do
then
you
just do
like in
another
your
piece.
shakers?
What do I like? I like sequins in.
Okay.
If I'm being really honest, I'm a bit of a sequin girl when it comes to my shaker cards. But I also don't like waste. So if I've got like, there's quite a few dies that we have where we've got things like oh. Come on, it never likes acetate when you just cut acetate on its own. There we go. We've got it down there. It's all right when I was cutting it with the cardstock. Take off that last little piece. But you see there, we've put the acetate behind, and then you could use just some nice pretty papers or something to go behind there, couldn't you? Or glitter. I've got some gold glitter. Oh, we're bringing it together now, Joe.
Could you cut it again in glitter and then paper piece the two back into each other?
You absolutely could. Would you like to give that a go?
Oh, why not? I think that would be fabulous. You can give me one, I'll play over here, and you can have the other one over there.
Oh, look, he's on it. He is just on it, right? Let's have a look. So is this going to be the right size to go inside? So put this into perspective, Joe. We've just made a super quick and simple card. You're going to have a little bit of you trimmed off there. We're going to have you perfect. But then watch what you could do if you were doing this technique. Let's have a look. I'm now finishing this card, but my head's already in the next one. And actually, I've already worked out the next one that I'm going to do as well. I hope we've got plenty of time to demo locked on this one.
We've got loads of time.
Yeah, I've got loads to show you.
Don't forget as well, you will get a hint of silver A4 printable A4 printable card pack as well within this. When you go for the main deal, you get the card pack in there as well. In the bundle, so great to grab the bundle, and you got the saving there as well. And the best way always to get the best deal is to go for the larger collections that we can bring to you if you can stretch them. If you want to, you can get the rest of them to $20 or for $23. You obviously wouldn't get that card pack included.
Right, I'm going to take this out. So all I've done is this essentially becomes, the rest of it becomes scrap. And these dies, do you know what? I feel like it needs it. Oh, I've used the self-adhesive. This is the self-adhesive cardstock. This just wants a little bit of a push through. If you do, let me just show you what I would do. If I get another little piece of that, let's have a look. Should we do it in a different colour? Same idea, but a different colour.
Yeah, why not?
I've got a bit of purple. Right.
Gorgeous.
So are you just going to fit on there? Not quite. Oh, watch what I'm going to do though, Joe. I'm just going to cut a little bit off here. I'm being cheeky now. I'm really thinking this through, and I'm going to cut out that D separately.
With a separate piece.
It is a separate piece. We'll send it through a separate time to get it. Or we could cut out the whole F separately, couldn't we? Yeah, the F might be a little bit easier. So we'll cut out the F. So take this on here. There's the rest of our re-end, and then we're going to do a separate little F.
Wonderful.
Right? Yeah. I love how this is now crafting on the fly, Joe.
Really frugal today.
Oh yeah, we don't like to waste any of it. So I've got all that right. Now watch what we're going to do. We're going to put a bit more welly in, right? So it wasn't quite thick enough. So a little bit of extra welly. You could put I'm going to fold a piece of card in half. Yeah, I was going to put. You could put you could try one of your other shims in, but I might be pushing a little bit. So I'm just going to put an extra piece of card in because we're cutting something super thick. Let's give this a little go now, shall we?
Whilst you pass that through, I just want to recap really quickly all of the different ones that are in here because there's loads of fun for you to have. You've got home. There is congrats. You've also got love, which is fabulous. You've got thanks, and you've got friend, and love how you get this waste as well, which you can do something else with. And you've got birthday, all 6 of them coming in with that main collection there.
Look at that. It's come out, now that we've sent it through, it's come out really nicely. So I've got all the extra little bits. I'm not going to pop them out yet. I'm going to wait till we've got the card to put them into. Right? So I'm going to wait till we've got the card to stick them into. I think I don't even want to stick them into this card because I think this card's looking lovely. I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make another one, Joe. So a bit of black card, and we're doing all these with just the friend. You imagine you're getting all 6 of them in here.
Yeah, and they are. What the great thing about them is they're really usable sentiments as well. It's not like to my great nephew-in-law. I mean, that's a little bit, it's a bit niche, isn't it? But
Well, all them
here.
other sets we do for the nephew-in-laws. I mean, you've got so much stuff for the nephew-in-laws.
Loads
nice
of
to have
stuff.
something different.
But these are things that you're going to use day in, day out. They're going to be a real great way, and a real great way to maybe get you to dip back into your stash and use some stuff you haven't used for a while. Use these as a means to explore maybe some of the paper pads you haven't used, explore some of that cardstock you've not used for a while as well. Get your gilding waxes out, maybe grab all of your inks and try some of those. Can we do letterpress techniques with these, Sarah, like we would with our regular embossing folders?
Oh, I've pushed this a bit too far. It wants to come back out. I'll do it again. Yes, of course you can. It's just a regular embossing folder like that.
Fantastic. Have you put too much in your sandwich?
Yeah, I'm just pushing it a little bit. And you know what? It doesn't help that my plates are like bananas.
And I guess the good thing is with our Gemini is that it's going to spit it back out at you, isn't it? Which is
yeah,
fantastic.
it won't. The good thing is the machine won't break. Come on, are you going to go now? No, you're not. Yeah, we're going to go. But the problem is, this is what happens if you get your plates. And if you warp your plates too much. See, because these are like bananas. I really need to treat myself to a new set.
I know where you could maybe get yourself some new plates. We have some great deals over on our website if you want to pop over there. You might be able to talk yourself into a bit of discount as well.
Do you know, instead of me sending it through another time and spending all day here, it's done me die cut piece.
Fabulous.
It just can you see we ran out of embossing at the bottom, so we've done the emboss at the top, and we've and the plate didn't come out at the same time, so we haven't got the embossing at the bottom. But it's still enough for me to show you the technique. I'm going to lift all of these out. We're going to do that really nice. We're going to paper piece it, weren't we? So what we're going to do?
Could you also use this as a stencil? I can spritz through that bit there as well, that sort of bit that you've cut out. I don't know where this is coming from, honestly.
Joe. Wait, hang on. Where is Joe? Who is this new man we have here in the craft room? We can swap sides if we want, Joe. You can come and hang out at the crafty end over here.
Not. I had to get behind the desk the other day to film a promo for something the other day, and I was really weirded out. It's really odd being on the other side. It's like, have you ever, when you're a passenger in your own car? Now, you know how that's really odd?
Yeah,
Do you think that's
strange,
weird?
Isn't it?
I think that's really odd, and it's the same if I get behind the desk over there, and then Sara was over here. We were all discombobulated.
We were a bit discombobulated. Now, can you see I've stuck them together, but then what I'm going to do is exactly what you were saying, Joe. I'm going to piece out each of these, and I'm going to piece them in.
Fabulous.
So when we cut through the glitter card, because it's a bit thicker, you've got to remember these dies are like bonus dies inside your embossing folder.
Right.
So you've got to accept that they might need a little bit of help and support along the way.
And I guess whereas normally you'd put that metal plate in, wouldn't you, if you had something a bit more details? So these are they're kind of in the die.
They're already
they're
in the
in the
There's nothing
folder.
you can do here.
Yeah.
So, look, I've got all these little bits, and they are literally popping into place. Absolutely no problem. I just love this idea, Joe. This was a brilliant idea of yours.
I think, do you know what? This looks very sort of mystical and magical. This would be great with maybe some of our fairy garden range brought into it as well, but to finish it off, I think it really would work well with that.
Nice. And did you say I specifically used the collal glue so that any bits I had here,
or tacky?
The all-purpose.
Cool.
So that any bits that I had popping out, I had that little bit of time to just rub it all away, like you've just seen there. So there's a little bit more. I knew they just didn't have enough down here, so just pop a little bit extra in, and then we can go and pop this in, and then all them extra bits you see, just rub off perfectly well. Really, I'm loving this, Joe. Absolutely loving this.
And again, I think this is one of those things that's quite cathartic, isn't it? Paper piecing. You spend a bit of time, cut it all out. You could even, how popular are rainbows at the moment? You could even do it in sort of like rainbow card, couldn't you?
Joe, do you know loving this.
Do you know what
he's
you
still
could
going.
do?
He's still
I've got another one. What you could do is do it in 2 cardstocks, right? But then when the bits that you've cut out, cut them through the middle and put them back in, so you'd have like red at the top, black at the bottom, and then purple behind, or something like that.
2 for the price of 1 every time. Look at that. So
I'm on
look
a
how
roll
easy
today, I
that
know what's
was.
happening.
You are absolutely, but it's these embossing folders. They make it easy to do that. And what I was going to show you was, if you bring in a little bit of gilding wax, because we've done the embossing on there, little bit of gilding wax. Oh, geez, I'm going to be absolutely up to nuts here, aren't I, Joe?
We've got 25% off gilding wax today as well, so don't miss out. If you want to grab some of those, they always work beautifully with the embossing folders, don't they?
Look at that. So just shows you, if you just want to finish it off, but I know I haven't done a full card, well I have, I've done a couple of cards, but just to give you the idea, look how easy these folders are to do and how much stuff you can do with them.
They are absolutely fantastic. Definitely grab them whilst we have them. Remember, if you get them all together in the collection, you're going to get that cardstock included in there as well, that printable Centura Pearl, which is fantastic. £60 if you're in the UK, $65 if you are in the US. Now, I need to remind you of the out of this world deal. It really is out of this world. It is our sparkle pens. They're always so popular whenever we bring them to you because of just how striking they are. You can see just how gorgeous these are, which is fantastic. Now, what you're getting included are, shall I show you my favourite one first? Well, you're getting this one. I know that this is the one that we struggled to keep in stock the most. It is the clear overlay. So basically that means that you can just take this pen, colour over the top of whatever it is. It doesn't lay down any ink or colour. What it just adds is that sparkle, that pizzazz that comes from these sparkle pens, which is fantastic. So you've got that. You've also going to get the glitz and glamour. Who doesn't need some glitz and glamour in their life at the moment? And you're also going to get as well the pastels. You get all 9 of these included here. Let me just show you as well what those colours are going to look like. So this is a colour chart for the glitz and glamour and the pastels. Can you see just how much shine and shimmer there is within each and every one of those? It's because they are packed full of that super fine glitter, which is the reason why that we get that amazing sparkle. Now you're saving 30% on these, which is fantastic. You can of course place your order right now really easily over on our website, where you can watch and shop at the same time. So craftscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk.com or .eu, and there you can place your orders whilst you watch us. Go check out all the reviews for all of our products, all independently verified as well. That is all over there on the website. Don't forget as well, you'll be able to, we have lots of free colouring downloads there, which would work beautifully with your sparkle pens too. So it's a wealth of information. There's loads of tutorials over on our website. Always make sure you check out our YouTube channel for tutorials as well. Crafts Companion over on YouTube. You'll find us over there too. And any pictures you want to share with us, you can either email us, studio@craftscompanion.co.uk, or you can always share anything you've made or created with us on social media, Crafters TV on Facebook and on Instagram too. Also, as well, make sure you check out our groups too. So we have loads of fabulous groups on Facebook, whether it's Spectrum Noir for all of our colouring, whether it's our sewing with Crafters Companion for all of our threaders products. There's a large sewing community. We have US pages, we've got a HSM page, we've got a Create and Craft page, and loads of stuff goes on there. There's loads of crochet craft alongs. See, whenever I think about crafting, I've got crochet on the brain. So loads of craft alongs that happen there all of the time. So definitely get over there and discover all of those things. We're like a big community of crafters, which is fantastic. And remember, loads of shows coming up here on Crafters TV. We're with you pretty much every day at 11 a.m, apart from Sunday, and then Monday to Thursday we're also with you at 4 p.m. UK time as well, which is 11 a.m. if you are on the East Coast. Now, do you fancy taking us through these sparkle pens, Sarah?
Oh, the sparkle pens are my absolute favourite when it comes to add like a bit of pizzazz to your cards. And the great thing with this set is, yes, you get some pretty colours, and I'll show you the 2 sets of colours you get, because you get those perfect pastels and the glitz and glamour. So can you see how they just catch the light? Oh, you can really see it on that purple. Catch the sparkle as they come. But as well as getting these 2, you're also going to get 3 of the clear sparkle overlays, which means you can sparkle up anything. Any project you've got, you can sparkle up straight away. Now, let me show you some of these on the close-up camera, so you can have a nice little look. Because when you see the light bounce off them. So can you see this one here has had extra of the clear sparkle put on it. So where you see it flooded with sparkle, that's what's happened. This is that set of the pastels. So they're brilliant. They're just nice for colouring in. They're just really nice to sit and colour with and make, you know, make some nice pretty backgrounds. You can also do all of your messy splodgy backgrounds with them, like what we've done there. Oh, I love this unicorn. I've got it. I'll show you how to do that technique with it. We did it on a show a couple of weeks ago. So if you've got the unicorn stamp, you'll be able to use that along with this set here. But whether it's for backgrounds or whether it's for colouring, they're going to be honestly so easy to work with. Let me just show you. If I bring in, these will work brilliantly well with the watercolour card. Now obviously we have that lovely set with the watercolour card in, but we've got that lovely kind of watercoloury finish. Now let me show you each one of these. If I just get all of these out of the box here, and all of these have been primed, by the way. The first time you get the pens, they're going to have like little rings on them, and that's because they haven't yet been what's called primed. So you just need to unscrew them. You need to take the little ring off and then re-screw them back on, and then give them a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a push, and they'll start and come out. You will get sparkle everywhere, by the way. It's just the nature of these pens. So can you see you've got that lovely brush nib here, but then also when we add a little bit of water, you can watercolour these out. So look how far that colour is going to go, from a really, really intense pink, purple, right down to a really, really subtle pink, and everything in the middle. So that's a brilliant property. You can also mix them together. So we could have our purple, and we could do our purple into the pink, and we could do our lovely pink into the blue, and they would blend straight from one to the next. And what you can do is, if you want to really give that a nice blend over, just come in with a damp, not a wet brush, and just blend from one to the next, and you can see we've got that lovely shading going on right there through all the different colorations. So it just shows you. And now can you see this one's starting to dry already? That's just because I hadn't quite been in quick enough there. So can you see, just give it a little bit of working, and it's going to blend it all beautifully well. Now these would be brilliant. I've got a nice card, you know, the embossing folders that we just had. This is the sparkle pens splodged onto a background and then die cut. So I thought we'd do a couple of backgrounds for us then to do some folders over, right? So if I just bring in, I've got some more of that watercolour card. Always the watercolour card best to work with. And if I trim these down, if we trim ourselves some nice 5x7 spaces, because that's what the embossing folder will work beautifully well.
Oh, you can get 20% off that small guillotine today if you want to grab that.
Is that right?
Yeah, £19 or $27 if you want to grab that one. Lots of questions, as always, about these sparkle pens whenever we bring them to you. I mean, the clear overlay is just like, I think it is ingenious.
The jackpot, yes.
Absolutely. A lot of people asking about what's the difference between these and our sparkle inks, which we have in the jars.
In the jars. So it's exactly the same product. You're just getting it in a pen format, which for a lot of people is a little bit less intimidating and easier to use. So the sparkle, it is literally the same product, but in an ink pad this time. So I'm just going to put this across the middle for this one, show you a couple of different backgrounds. I'm going from the purple into the pink. So where I've got the two, did you notice I used the brush straight away though, so that we could blend straight from one into the next.
Do you not need to worry about contaminating those brush nibs on the pens?
No, because it's just going to, if you do get any, anything on the nibs that you don't want on the nibs,
right,
then what you can do is you can just basically flush them out by just going straight from one into the next one, and you'll get a nice flush out. Now look how gorgeous and intensive these colours are. Should we go, try and use the ones from the same sets, because they are all designed to work together. Let's have a look. I'm going to just get a little bit of kitchen towel and clean off that brush, because now we're going from pink into blue. So I want to make sure we get like a nice new shading. Can't wait to pick this up and show you the blue on here, Joe. It looks fantastic, right? So here's our nice intense blue, and that blue is going to blend. It's going to give you a new shade of purple. You know, you said about the cross contamination of the inks. Can you see? So you can see I had a bit of purple in there, but it just flushes it out.
So you really are making a deeper shade of blue now.
I am indeed making. I love his thinking. He's always one step ahead of us. And then we've got another. So there we go. We've created another shade of purple in there, but it's very similar to the purple we've got. That's because it's always designed to work together like this. So we've got different shades of blue and purple running right through there. Now, because I haven't used much in the way of water on my sparkle pen, on my brush here, we haven't diluted the sparkle. So what happens is as this starts to dry, and it's started to dry already, watch as it's starting to dry, you can see that sparkle really intensify. And the more it dries, the more it intensifies. Oh, we can see it there. So that's going to be lovely for that embossing folder. So I'm going to leave that to dry just a couple of minutes. The other one, the other shade of colour, so that you can see the difference, I'm going to do a different technique. I'm going to do a little splodgy technique on here.
Splodging?
A little bit of splodging.
Fantastic.
And just to show you the difference, there's the glitz and glamour that we've just used on these shades here. So you can see the different shades in the colours. The ones I'm about to use are my pastels. So totally different set of colours, totally different family. It's not that you can't use them together. You absolutely can if you want to do that. But personally, I think if you use the ones from the same colour family, they're always going to match in that little bit easier. All right?
Anything to stop you just using one colour as a wash and just getting an even coverage of one colour just to colour your cardstock? Can you use them for that?
Nothing stopping you at all, Joe. In fact, I think that's going to look really, really nice. Possibilities are pretty much endless with these. So there we go. So we're into the next one here, and where the two coming together, look, we're creating our own shade of purple here. And then the very, very last one, look, these brush nibs as well are so fantastic. I'm not even worrying about damaging the brush nib, because I've just given it a bit of a splodge, and this is not going to permanently damage that nib, even doing this. Now, I'm not going, you know, hell for leather on it. I'm still being relatively gentle, and I'm just giving it a little bit of a squeeze to keep that ink flowing through. So just a little bit of a splodge all over. If you wanted it, I'm wanting it really, really sparkly, which means I'm not using water to blend from one to the next. I'm going straight in with the pen. So it means that you don't dilute that sparkle down at all, which I really, really didn't want. You can come in, so if I come in now with a little bit of water, but not too much, and just splodge it on, just gives me a nice kind of washed out watercolory effect round the outside, and blends all those shades nicely together. But if we leave that, we can come back to that near the end and then re-pop those embossing folders through. I'm not done though, because I'm still going, there's still more I want to show you, okay? I talked about that unicorn and the fact that we had that unicorn on the other day. Now, you can actually use these pens to stamp with. So if you're going to do that, you're going to want your stamping mat out. And I'm going to get that unicorn stamp. I've got one of those unicorn stamps because we had this on a show just the other day. So I've got my unicorn stamp open, just like how I taught you earlier to cut out the stamp image. See how I'd put mine back in the packaging, exactly where I'd cut it out from. And that is still sticky from when I stuck it the other day. So it's going to go straight onto that block ready to use. Now watch what you can do. You can actually bring these pens in. So I'm going to come in with the, I can actually just use the blue and the pink. So if I just bring these on here, I can paint onto the unicorn mane with the blue and then also blend it in with a little bit of the pink. And of course,
really quickly with this one, Sarah, when you're using a stamp.
I wouldn't have said so, no, because they're a watercolour. It's not going to be too. Yeah, you've got kind of plenty of time in there.
Okay.
Now I've flooded that a little bit too much, so I hate doing this because it's like waste. But I'm going to just pick up a little bit of that ink, just where I've just got it a little bit too flooded. Just pick up a little bit of the excess ink, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and stamp it, and then I'm going to just do it and stamp it again over here, so I can show you what a second generation looks like. So can you see this? I actually prefer the second generation of the two. What I can do is come in with a little spritz, no water left in that spritz bottle, but this one here, give it a bit of a spritz, can you see? And the colours start to run immediately. So that's if you want, these work brilliantly with butterflies, by the way, if you want it kind of like really artistic. Or, whereas this one's starting to dry already, if I just come in with that slightly damp brush and then just, in fact, very damp brush, just give it a little bit of colour going over here. You don't have to do an awful lot to this, just to get it kind of all moving around. So can you see, we've still got the definition in the horse's mane there, but I'm just getting the water kind of flowing around here, bringing it all to life, but not losing the definition that the inks, which have essentially become ink pads, are offering me there at all. I'm going to leave his horn. I think his horn looks brilliantly. And how fantastic does that unicorn look? And of course, when it's dry, this is a bit of a hot mess now. Probably
I love that one
too many times.
I love that.
This one I love. It looks like he's had a night out in the town, that unicorn, doesn't it?
He's been horsing around that one, hasn't he?
Right, okay, I'll get these cleared away, but I'm going to keep those two backgrounds, and we'll see if we can squeeze in a little bit of time at the end of the show to come and get them embossing folders back out on them.
Sounds like a plan to me. Don't forget what you're getting here. They are, of course, your out of this world deal. And that means we can only hold the price on these for 24 hours. Which is means that you need to grab them whilst I've got them. You're getting the clear overlay, you're getting the pastels, and you're also getting the glitz and glam as well. So you get all three of those included there, which is fantastic. Grab them whilst I've got them. £27 or $35.50, which is what the price is if you're not a member of Club Inspire. However, what sort of Club Inspire level are you at? Because you may be paying far less than that. If you're not a Club Inspire member, you're thinking, hang on a minute, how do I get these juicy discounts? So then here is all the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Oh, I wish you could hear us singing steps underneath the pieces of video that we are playing out to you. I tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to just take a moment to give you a big recap on everything you've seen so far in this show, because we're having a very, very busy launch party. It's quick. This show has quickly become, it's one of our newest shows and now one of your most favourites, I would say. The Gemini Cut and Emboss Folder Classic Collection. This is a really, really great bundle here, because you've got things in here that you're going to use all the time, which is great. Love, home, friend, congrats, birthday, and thanks as well. When you get them all together, we throw in that cardstock, which is important as well. £60 or $65, that's a 25% saving there. Now, the exploding box, the Crafts Companion pop-up box craft kit that we shared with you. All you really need with this is some adhesive, and you are good to create 18 of the most exquisite little exploding boxes. $24.99 if you're in the UK, $24.99 if you're in the US. This is, you haven't seen this yet in the UK, so it's the first opportunity to get your hands on it. I know a lot of you either are expecting this very soon in the US, or maybe you've even just got your hands on it. If you've just got your hands on it, pop us in some pictures. We'd love to see them. Something that might go fantastic with that is the clear overlay in the Sparkle Pen collection. Remember, your Out of This World deal is our Spectrum Noir Sparkle Ink pens. So you're going to get in here the glitz and glam, you've got the pastels and the clear overlay, which is amazing because it makes anything sparkly, which is fabulous. You've also then got as well the Explorer's Kit. It's all about you maybe trying a type of craft for the first time. In here, you get those aqua blend pencils. Now, the pencils on their own should be $29.99. For an extra £5, you're getting all of it. You're getting 2 of our most popular rubber stamp collections. You're also going to get a finesse waterproof ink pad, and you've got the 20 sheets of artist grade watercolor card, and it's in a pad as well, which is fantastic. So keeps it all in the same place, keeps it nice and neat, actually gives you something to work on if you want to do that as well. Now, in Launch Party, we bring you brand new offers, we bring you brand new product. What we also do is bring you product that's so new you can't even get your hands on it. Now, this is something that will be launching on HSN on the 5th of May, and if you're here in the UK, it will be launching on Create and Craft on the 9th of May. These look gorgeous.
Yes, it is actually, I'm on HSN later this evening with these. So I'm going to be back on HSN later this evening, again with these to show you. But if you're watching in the UK, 9th of May, I believe it might be our Fiona is coming up with these. But let me just show you. They are our edgeables, but they are our edgeables with a little bit of a twist. This one's my favourite one, okay? So can you see the idea is, it cuts, decide to go down the side. So you can see the cutting line starts here, runs all the way around and stops here. So this stays connected into the card. So really super clever. I'll show you. Oh, how gorgeous is this card? So when we open this up though, can you see it's actually cut out, but it stayed connected in the card here. This one was just absolutely made for paper piecing as well. So get it cut out and your glitter cards like this one, beautiful. Also, look how great it's worked out as a stencil. So once you've cut one out, use it as another stencil and get that extra finish on there. Little bit of stenciling going in here. Oh yes, I will take that any day of the week. So there's 4 designs. There's that gorgeous rose. And by the way, each one of these, you can mirror them by just cutting the back side. So each one would work one way or the other way. The rose is your first design, which is this one here, which is actually officially called Elegant Rose. Not just any old rose. Oh no, this is an elegant rose. Then you've also got this set of the bubbles. So the bubbles are really, really clever. I've long since admired this sort of design. So can you see, just cuts this design on the edge, very, very intricate, but the way they all connect in together and stay in the card, very, very modern indeed. So that's your bubbles. The hearts, super cute, and I mean super cute. So this is the heart one here. So can you see, it's all cut out from the edge here, but then when we open this up, you can see we've cut it out in the white, but the reverse way in. So we've cut the reverse. So again, that just working exactly the same way as our regular edgeable. Cut this in, stays connected in the card, the rest cuts away. But you can do it both sides, to the left or to the right with the hearts by just cutting it from the top or from the behind, as it makes it. I've got a couple more with the hearts. I can't help myself. We're loving the hearts. Now, this is really clever with the acetate. So look, it looks like a flat card. You can see a little bit of a shadow coming on there. But when you open this up, it's actually being cut 3 times with the acetate behind it. I think that's really cute. Great for an anniversary card. Very nice if you want to go kind of more advanced with it as it was. And then the last one in the set, here we go, is your butterfly. So can you see, again, really nice here with the paper piecing on it for a nice simple card. Or if you want to use it as the cutting on the edge, that is your cutting. Look at this, cut in here. So if you're watching in the US, Make sure you join me later today on HSN for another full presentation of these. If you are watching in the UK, then our Fiona is coming up, I keep saying Fiona, I hope I'm right, on the 9th of May on Create and Craft. And we will have these this time next week. So if you want to go, if you want to come in, you'll be able to see them. Well, I'll do a full presentation of these on next week's launch party. That makes sense? Yeah, we've got them all organised. So they're coming up really, really soon. I'm going to put them away, Joe. I'm going to get ready for my next demonstration. We're going back to those gorgeous pop-out boxes.
Fabulous, no doubt you'll be seeing those again soon here on Crafters TV. Now, I want to quickly run you back through the options for our fabulous embossing folder that we've got on the show for you. Now, remember, you get the whole collection here. The great thing about these is that they are so usable. You know, it's not like there's, you know, an obscure sentiment in here. And those things with obscure sentiments on them absolutely 100% have their place in your crafty stash. But you know, these ones are going to be something that you're going to use time and time again because of how craftable they are, because of the sentiments, also because not only you cut into your cardstock and get a really wonderful embossed and die cut finished piece, but you also then have that waste which you can take out and use for something else, or you could paper piece back together as Sara did earlier. So you've got home, you've also got congrats here, there is love, you've got thanks there as you can see, you've also got a friend, and then finally you've got birthday as well. Now you're getting all of those for that price there, as you can see, of £60 or $65. Think about as well how you're going to colour these up. So you think here this has been done in a lovely pearl purple. You could be doing this in glitter. Maybe you've got some of our card collections like our Crafty Fun, where you've got the cardstock and you've got it in matte mirror, and you've got it in mirror as well. So you could cut the same colour piece of card in a mirror, and then what you could do is maybe put the matte mirror behind it coming through. So it would sort of just, would be a hint of a tint of a sentiment going on in the background of there. Sara's chuckling away at me waffling on over here. So remember, you want to get all of them. You'll get the cardstock included as well. You'll get that silver, hint of silver, printable cardstock included in there too. £60, $65, over a quarter off if you want to grab those. Oh, you know what's coming back up in a moment, don't you? These pop-up boxes, they are absolutely gorgeous. They are cute to the max, but they're super easy to do when you have the box. Now, as I said a moment ago, the box, this is the first time you've had your opportunity to get your hands on this pop-up box craft kit in the UK. In the US, it is on the subscription. I know a lot of you have either just got it or you've got it on the way. You've got your sort of dispatch notes letting you know it's going to be arriving really, really soon. If you have got it and you've made something out of it, I would absolutely love to see it. You can always pop us your pictures to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk and we will share them for you. So again, you've got everything you need in here. You've got over 270 elements within this collection as well. So ideal for beginners as well as experts, but pretty much everything you need. If you've got a die cutting machine, that would help. It's not completely necessary. You could fussy cut some of these. You've got stamps in here. You've got pretty much everything, haven't you really, Sara?
Well, that was the idea, Joe, because the thing is, even if you're brand new to craft, as long as you have a die cutting machine, and it can be the mini one, you could have our little mini Gemini Mini, everything in this box will work brilliantly well with your Gemini Mini. It is fabulous. These are, if you missed the preview, not the preview, if you missed our presentation at the top of the show, these are what we're talking about. So they fold flat like this to go inside your envelope. And then when they open up, they're going to stand of their own accord and give you that lovely finish. Now you can make them to work with this sort of design with all the little fairies in that. You could make them with just some lovely little stars in. They're going to work really nice with the stars. Or, what I'm going to show you, quite love this, for all of the sports fans out there, what about doing them with a full set of, whether it's your favourite sports, so cricket, rugby, soccer, football, American football, golf, we've got a little bit of all sorts, and the lovely little sentiments there, have a ball. So, again, this is going to fold up flat, goes in just a regular A2, A6 size envelope, opens up, looks pretty spectacular when you're good to go there, right? Now, let me just run you through again exactly what you're getting in the kit, because it just looks fabulous. If you were buying one of these as a gift for someone, by the way, brilliant to wrap up here. All you need really is tape, pen, and don't even need a pair of scissors really, everything's already die cut for you. So when we open this up in here, I'm going to pop that behind, we're going to look at that in a second. You get the full instructions. I'm about to show you it here now, but actually you don't need to worry because it's really easy for you to do that. You get the actual boxes themselves. So can you see, you've got either the straight edge ones or you've got the curved edge ones. So the curved edge are going to look like this. Right, and you've got them curved edges, and the straight edge ones are going to look like this, where you've got the straight pieces. So you get plenty of each. Like we said, there's enough in the kit to make 18 of these. Then you've got all of, well, before we get on to that, these are the little pieces that go inside the pop-up boxes. All the colours perfectly coordinate. And then these are the acetate strips. You get plenty of them in there to do all of your boxes with, but to be honest, if you needed more, you could always just cut some bits of acetate down. Now, loads of stamps and die so that you can stamp all your images, die cut over them to decorate everything up. Then you've got 3 sets of assorted ribbons and the matching pearls. They all match the coloured card that we have in the set. And then you have these lovely printed papers, which are just about finishing off your design there. So everything that kind of matches and goes in together. It's a really exciting kit, this one. I just think, I don't know about you guys, but every month when we bring out another one of these kits, we're just getting better and better and better at making them super awesome. So those of you that are maybe watching in the US who are in the subscription, I think, I don't know about you, but I just fall in love with something new every time. If you are not in the subscription, how brilliant to get yourself an extra one of these. So we've got this one available as an individual. Now I'm going to do that sports one, so let me show you. This is how the box comes together. So you're going to take out one of the boxes, and I just like to use like a basic scoring tool or some sort of bone folder. You see, we do 2 scoring tools in our collection. I'm going to use the one with the flatter edge on here, and I'm just going to, one of these is flat, the other one, the other 3 are all scored, ready for them to do that little bit of a fold down. So I'm just going to fold these back and fold them away from themselves. So there's all of our fold pieces here, and this last one here too. And then on here, you're just going to fold over that bit, because this is what's going to be our flap to stick the whole thing together. Now, 2 ways you can go from here. You can either, what I like to do is stick all of this together and then put my pieces on the inside, or you can do it as the instruction explains and stick the pieces inside first. You can watch the instructions, or let me show you the Sara easy technique for how you do it. So these are all folded over here, and I did say all you would need extra was a tape pen or a bit of double-sided tape.
If you're using this doing this at home, would it be a tape pen you'd use at home, Sarah?
Absolutely. I don't overcomplicate it. The tape pens are strong enough to do this job. Why use anything else?
Well, our tape pens are.
That's a good point, actually, Joe. Yes, our tape pens are. I definitely wouldn't
disclaimer
recommend.
there.
Yes, I definitely wouldn't recommend using a regular tape pen. They're just not strong enough. Same with our dotty tape pens. Our dotty tape pens won't be strong enough. These are the ones that are designed for strength. Now, what I'm going to do is, inside here, I'm just going to connect the first side on. So only one edge though, not the other side. So the other side's a little bit, just a little bit loose. Obviously the tape is on there, so you don't want it quite to stick down. But watch what happens. We now fold that flat, and then while that's folded flat, this piece now will stick in. So that when it opens up, that is nice and straight. So let me show you that again with the other one. So this goes inside, in here, we pop that flat on the edge here, fold your card up flat, and then give that a squeeze. Oh, I've nailed it in terms of working out how to show you that on which camera, haven't I? And then that is perfect. So you can see, it's a little bit hard to see with the lines on the glass grid, but you can see them there, and they are perfect for the fold flat or the standing up. So that's the first stage. Now our box is essentially ready to decorate. So I've just got some little panels, some of that grass I thought would be super cute. And I've got some of the grass, and then would you believe it, look at that. The grass has got exactly the same colour, ready to do some matting and layering to go on the side. And it's these little things, Joe, that make all the difference, because we could have just sold you a kit just to do the pop-up box. Whereas how much nicer is it that we have this, and then we've got all of the matching papers in it so that you can actually finish off the whole project.
Absolutely. And also maybe dig out some of your papers that you already have in your 12 by 12, your 6 by 6 paper pads, you know, all of those wonderful things. Get those out and obviously use the ones that you've got included, but most definitely, you know, mix and mingle. Take some of these papers, put those back into your stash and bring some of your other ones out. It's a great way of, sort of intermingling other parts of your stash. Remember, great price on these as well. $24.99, whether you're in the UK or you're in the US. And as I said, I'd love to see some of your pictures if you're in the US. You can send those to studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. If you want some potato pens, then we've got a two-piece collection for you on the bottom of the screen. They're $7.98, now $6.50 or $10. So a great time to grab yourself a couple of those to go with this, and that's pretty much everything you've got. I mean, we've got great deals, Sarah, on something like the Mini if you wanted to go for that with this. But if you wanted to, I mean, you could just fussy cut those stamped images out if you didn't have a die cutting machine, I guess.
Really good point. You could. We give you the dies included, but if you don't have a die cutting machine, it really doesn't matter. You've got everything you need to get started with that. Now, what I have done, I'm going to have to kind of speed things along a little bit. I've used those stamps, so let me just show you the stamps and dies as they come. You've got all of the stamps, and then you've got all of the dies to perfectly layer up over the stamps. You're just going to mount these onto your block, going to stamp with each of them, and then put all the little pieces over the top. If you want to see me do that, go back and watch the beginning of the show, okay? But what I've done is I've got some of the rugby balls, I've got some footballs on here, we've got the little, can you see? He's really cute, the little trophy on there, we've got some cricket stumps and a cricket ball, and what I'm going to do is, with each of these, with a lot of these, I've also stamped a few of these sentiments, I'm just taking, this is a piece of one of my acetate sheets, Joe, I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape on the acetate sheet, lay this up on top, and then you see what happens is this goes, if we take this is going to go right up in the middle there, so we just put a little bit of tape on the bottom of this feeds on the middle, and you can see that, so that's how we get the illusion of it popping up. So I'm just going to keep going on with that with all of my other pieces as well, Joe.
What I love as well is that you can make such different themed ones. Like you just made that really sporty one there. For instance, this one that I've got over here that you made, as was made earlier, is a completely different sort of style. You know, it's much more playful. So it really does depend. Great as well. Any of your colouring mediums you're going to be able to get involved in here as well. Your alcohol markers. Maybe you've gone for those aqua blend pencils, or you got your. You could actually, if you wanted to, then take your sparkle overlay, pop a bit of that on there as well.
Yes.
Would be a lovely way to do it, wouldn't it?
Especially on like the little trophy that we've got there. I think it would look lovely on that little trophy. It would really give it a bit of a lift, wouldn't it?
It would. I mean, everything deserves a bit of a sparkly lift, in my opinion. You know, you've got to be at home just putting it onto absolutely everything.
I'll not lie, Joe. I've been known to do that.
So definitely grab those. They'll go beautifully with this. As I said, $24.99 if you're in the UK or the US. As we did say, if you didn't have a die cutting machine, you still could make use of this collection. And this would be a lovely one if you wanted to maybe send it to someone else as a bit of a care package. Would be something fantastic, because they're actually going to be able to then make at least 18 of these really beautiful projects as well. So maybe they'll send you an exploding box back. That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, it would be really nice if they did. And you know what? I don't see why they wouldn't if you'd made them one of them lovely little boxes. You can see how this is starting to come together already. Now, I've gone all sports on this one, Joe, just for a generic kind of all sports fan, and also, to be honest, just to show you how you could use everything on here. But if you just wanted to do one, do you know, it would work really, really well, just with one or two sports on there. And I just think, you know, like, for example, my husband was 40 earlier this month, and I think it's really nice to do, he's a huge sports fan, so it's really nice to do something blokey. And I'll be honest, I do so many girly cards. I really don't do an awful lot of blokey type stuff. So it was challenging. I did do him like a nice 40 card for that one. But for regular birthdays, where I, no offence, wouldn't make that much of a fuss, right? It's nice that this card can be one of the ones that's the not so much of a fuss. Looks like you've made loads of a fuss, when really it was still a quick and simple one.
I love it. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's such an effective way. I think if you know someone that's been looking for a way to get into craft as well, you know, you don't have to be, you just have to be a little bit creative with these. But I mean, they do make something really stunning considering how easy and simple they are to put together. I just think it's fabulous. And I mean, at that price, it is a bit of a don't even need to think about it kind of price, really, isn't it? $24.99. So definitely stock up on it whilst we have them on the show. And I can't wait for you to send us in all of the fabulous projects that you've been making with these, because I know you're going to absolutely love them. They're going to be quite addictive. That looks beautiful, Sarah.
Doesn't it look really, really good? Now, I've stuck a few little bits. Let's have a look. Might stick an extra little football on down the corner there. And you know, I actually had, when I was getting this one ready to demonstrate for you, I actually had a lot of fun doing the colouring in, because there were such small images to colour in. That's what I loved about them, Joe. They're nice and easy to work with. And of course, this, just got to remember, they are going to fold flat to go into an envelope, or they're going to open up and become really 3D like this and just look awesome. And all I would say is, no matter what level of crafting you are at, this box is for you. As Joe said, if you don't have a die cutting machine, the only bit you're not using is the dies. Everything else, you could still do the boxes and just sit and cut these little designs out, which I just think is absolutely marvellous. So get somebody new into crafting, get someone new started, get the kids on making these. They really could be for anybody at any level.
Yes, absolutely. A fantastic way to get into crafting. Make sure you grab that. Now, I want to remind you about the Explorers Kit. This week's Explorers Kit, we always bring you one on our launch party shows, is our Aqua Blend pencils. They are always so unbelievably popular whenever we bring them to you. This here, you're going to get the Primaries collection. Now, the Aqua Blend pencils themselves should be $29.99. So to get all of this, the £35 is a really fabulous deal. So you've got the Aqua Blend pencils, 24 of those included. You've got also then as well, we're going to give you some watercolour card pack, perfect for you to stamp onto. Talking of stamping, you're going to need the ink pad to stamp out the stamps then that we've also popped into that collection too. So you've got two of our most popular stamps. You've got cherry on top, and you've also got butterfly meadow as well. Thinking about all you're paying, if you were going to buy the colour blend pencils, Aqua Blend pencils, sorry, all you're paying is £5 for the pad, two of our most popular rubber stamps, and the ink pad as well. I mean, the ink pad's $4.99, so it shows you the value that you've got here. You've got a 35% saving on this one, so definitely grab it whilst it's on such a fabulous price. Now, the Out of This World deal is the one we have got just here for you. So this week's Out of This World deal is our sparkle pens, the clear overlay, which is the absolute hero of our sparkle pen family. You've got that one there. You've also got the pastels, and you've got the glitz and glam too. Let me just show you the pastels and the glitz and glam so you can see exactly what you're getting. Check out the bling on those. They are blingalicious is what they are. £27 or $35.50 gets you all three of those sets. So maybe this is you sort of trying our sparkle pens for the first time. Maybe you've got them, you're stocking up, maybe you're expanding your collection. They're a great deal, but because they are our Out of This World deal, it means we can only hold that deal, that price, for 24 hours, which is means you should snap them up whilst we've got them. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, of course you can do that over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk if you're in the UK, .com if you're in the US, or .eu if you're anywhere else in Europe. Now, we're going to go back to our cut and emboss folders, and these are them here. Now, these are fantastic. There's so many different techniques that you can do with these, and I love the fact that they are in really usable sentiments. So you've got home, you also have congrats, you've got love, we have thanks, you've got friend, and then also you've got birthday there as well. You're going to get all six of them for £60 or $65. We're also going to throw in as well some of that pearl, Snow White Centura Pearl printable cardstock as well for you. So that means you've got those in there as well. That's going to be able to be used perfectly in conjunction with the embossing folders. And if you want to just maybe cherry pick a few of these, two for £20 or $23 is your price there. I know Sara has got more to show you with these and she's really excited to give you more inspiration. Come back to a few things we started earlier. I can't wait for this.
Oh, indeed. Well, I thought we could use both of the bits that we started with earlier. Have you noticed I've just structured the whole show to leave us just enough time at the end to come back to these? Right, these have now dried beautifully well. So can you see with the dark colours, you can see how intensive that sparkle is? But then it's just as intensive with these nice pastel ones. I think I quite like the blobby finish. But either way, we'll use them both, okay? Should we have a go with the birthday folder?
Yes.
So, yeah, it's nice and popular, the birthday one. So, this is, if you remember, I cut the cardstock to roughly the size of the embossing folder, which means when we put this in here, we'll get that birthday just cut out perfectly well. Now, they are regular embossing folders, which means we're going to use them with 2 of your regular plates, but if you want an extra shim, I find a nice extra shim is my metal. Now, if you remember when we were watching earlier, if you're cutting something like a glitter card, just the metal shim wasn't enough. We then had to add in a couple of sheets of card to give it a little bit more extra welly. Whereas if I'm just cutting through a watercolour card here, I think that should be enough. Now, keep the letters, because look at how nice these look with those nice nice bits that we used before. And to be honest, even if you're not using them for this, they're not bad in terms of shaker cards. These, I think this has come out really, really nice. So this here, and you see, we're just going to use all those extra bits. So we've got the B. There's our I. Where's the rest of our I? It doesn't matter, like, because I'm not doing anything with them. But it's just nice to have all these extra bits that have come out. So we will have all the letters for birthday when you take them out. But if I put them to one side, I was just going to use this on the front of a card, actually. So I think this would look quite nice. Let's use a nice deeper shade. So I'm going to get my Harmony Water Reactives and I'm going to try something like a crushed velvet. So like a nice corresponding colour. And then underneath here somewhere, so I've got such a mess going on here, Joe. I should be able to get one of my tops. Let's have a look. And we'll just pick up a little bit of ink, take off the excess and just go over those raised bits. And because the purple kind of looks, it's a different look and feel, but it's within the same sort of set of colour families. It just shows that off really nicely, doesn't it? Just stands out really. And these are easy cards to do. I don't know, it's super simple.
Our embossing folders, I think, are brilliant. You know, they really are fantastic. But cut and emboss folders really take it to the next level. I think if you were batch making, either, you know, for an occasion or making to sell, I mean, you're going to be able to do some fabulous things so quickly with these, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, super quick. And there is no limit. If you are someone who is making and selling your cards, there is no limit to either how many you can make and sell, or, trying to find things more important, how much you can charge for what you're doing, making and selling these. So look at this, you see, I can pop this onto there and then we can leave a little bit of a gap on here. And this just makes a nice, quick, super front of a card. Oh, maybe it's a tiny... No, the fly's eyelash off there.
Oh, Joe. A warthog's nostril.
Or a horse's nostril. Fly's eyelash or a horse's nostril. Whichever you want to do, I think it's going to look pretty all right. So there is our birthday one. That would go a nice topper on the front of a card here. Or should we try this one? Should we do a different word?
Oh, I love this one. I love this background.
And do you know what? These are going to be really nice when we take the letters out. So I'm going to pop this inside here. Oh, yes, we've just done that, a lovely size there. So same sort of thing again. On your background, layering these up, sending it through my machine. It's a what? It's a 10-second card front. And if you remember the demonstrations I did earlier in the show, I showed you how to actually take it into the front of a card. What I'm doing here is creating like toppers for the fronts of my cards.
Something I don't often ask you, but I mean a lot of people at home might be asking, if people have other brands of die cutting machines, whether they're manual or electric, can they use our dies and our embossing folders and our cutting and embossing folders through them?
Great question, Joe, and you absolutely can.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit and fish all these out because we don't need to as part of my demonstration what I'm going to do. But if I just show you these, These are really
Beautiful.
nice. I'm saying I'm not going to, and actually they look so good there. I am going to. Look, oh yes, Joe, sparkly letters is where it's at.
You know when people send people like those letters and they cut all the letters out of the newspaper and send like ransoms and things? Imagine how fabulous you could make them with these. You could make up all of your glitteries. That would be a very glittery, sparkly ransom note, wouldn't it?
It would look really, really good. I think they might guess who would send it though.
I think you'd know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, still. So I do like this fancy R on this one. In fact, all of them. I do like the font. Look at how we've got the kind of ombre effect going on. Oh, I'm loving the purple into the... It's like a bit of a plum, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
I'm loving that purple into the plum shade one. And that... So, bear in mind, this is our waist. This is just total Brucey bonus. We were happy with just what we'd got from the other one. So there's our congrats there. That, I think, is going to look really nice if we bring in the silver gilding wax. Little tiny bit of the silver gilding wax on there. Take off most of the excess. Give it a bit of a rub over there. It's going to go really nicely over the deep colours. So notice when we had pale colours, I used like a darker colour. When we've got the dark colours, I used the gilding wax.
Oh,
that
like a nice gilding wax looks amazing with the sparkle pens.
Doesn't it just make it really jump out?
Beautiful.
Don't think because, oh, well, one's sparkle and one's gilding, we shouldn't use them together. You absolutely can use them together. And then all I would do with that one to make it really stand out, well, you can have a choice. Look, here's how it looks on the black. All right, we can see the black standing out. Or should we have a look again what it looks like on the silver? So, yes, I think the silver looks good. Oh, or it would look really nice here. I've got some blue. Ooh. So it looks really good on the blue. But you see all those different options are literally just from a nice background that we created with our sparkle pens. The simple, when you've got something really nice like that sparkle pen background, you don't want to overdo it by doing too much on here. These embossing folders are like the perfect companion to go with it to get you the best out of them. Look at the difference on them two ones there. I'm really loath to push this up because I really like my congrats. But you can see there we've got the congrats and the birthday both looking really, really good there. Both super quick and super simple cards.
Both looking absolutely fabulous. So make sure you snap those up. Make sure you get your hands on them. Just a quick reminder of all the different ones you're going to get in the collection. So you're going to get home. You've also got congrats. There is love. You've got thanks and friend. And also a birthday in there as well. So grab all of them, £60, $65, and you get the cardstock in with that as well. If you want to go for a couple of them, £20, $23 gets you 2 of them. So a fantastic way of going for it, however you want to. This has been a really wonderful show, which we are coming to near the end of. Don't forget all the great deals that we had, not just the embossing folders, the aqua blends, we had the out of this world deal as well included for you too. And yeah, launch party fast becoming one of, if not our most popular show of the week here, because there is so much new stuff, and also loads to come still this week. We've got a masterclass still to come. We've got double cartload coming this week. There's Colour Me Happy. There's loads of reasons to stay tuned, isn't there, Sarah? Oh,
we've got a great week planned. Leanne's going to be up in the morning with the opaque pigment ink pads if you're wanting to learn more about those, and then again in the afternoon you'll be able to see her again in the afternoon when we get to Creative Cravings, which is when we do all of our like super simple projects. As you said, we've got double cartload on Thursday, so I'm not going far, don't you worry. And then Friday's Colour Me Happy is our illustrator pens. So you asked for a big... No, Friday's Colour Me Happy this week is not illustrator pens, it's metallic. I'm doing metallic. Next week is illustrator pens. We have so many shows, it's hard keeping track of all of them. So yes, I'll be doing a full-on metallic masterclass in Colour Me Happy on Friday morning. Next week, Leanne's going to be doing the illustrator pens as well. So all you need to know is every day, 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock UK time, we will be right here with loads of inspiration, so you never have to go anywhere else. We've got everything you need. We'll see you, I will see you on Thursday. Leanne will see you in the morning.
I will. See you later. Bye.